You're obviously Scottish.
Correct.
Do you think England can win the World Cup?
Don't care. I only think about Scotland. I don't care much about England.
Would you take any of the England players for the Scotland squad currently? Some of you may call me brave, some of you may call me stupid. I'm walking around Hampden Park today in my England shirt to ask Scotland fans what they think about England and what they think about the World Cup in general. Who do they think will win it? How do they think England will get on? Will England beat France at the weekend, or will we get knocked out spectacularly against Mbappe and the rest of the French team? Let's walk around Hampden Park, Scotland's national stadium, and see what Scotland's fans think about the Qatar World Cup and England's chances. You're obviously Scottish.
Correct.
Do you think England can win the World Cup?
I don't think so, no. I don't think so, no.
Which England players would you take for the Scotland team currently?
Listen, I think it's all England for England, Scotland for Scotland. So I don't think I would take players. I think it's not a genuine question that I could answer.
Yep.
Like I say, they've got good players, very good players, especially attacking. They might be vulnerable a bit in defence. We'll find that out on Saturday, how vulnerable. But it's been an okay World Cup, but I think Brazil will be favourites. And well, sorry, what other question?
You think Brazil are going to win it? And have you watched much of the World Cup yourself then?
I have. I've watched a few games. Not watched every game, but I'm getting more immersed into it as the quarterfinals and semi-finals and finals. But
so your favourite is Brazil then for the World Cup?
I would say Brazil. They're just looking a bit kind of stronger all over the pitch, midfield, defence, good goalkeeper.
Yep. Alisson.
Sorry.
Alisson in goal. Yeah.
Exactly. He seems very kind of hard to beat.
Yep.
And usually Brazil are quite not good defensively, but good offensively. But I think they've kind of showed up that apartment this year.
And you think England will get knocked out against France then?
Do you know, it's going to be a very, very tough one. What I've noticed about this English side from the past is I think that the English players from the past apparently were all good. The Lampards, the Gerrards, Rooney's, and all that. But they couldn't play with each other, or they couldn't kind of talk to each other in the dressing room because they played for different teams like Liverpool,
too many
Chelsea,
big rivalries in the clubs, and then
big rivalries in the clubs, and they couldn't talk to each other. And that transferred onto the football field. What I see now with England is there's a great togetherness. Yeah. And I think and they're confident. They're no big egos. So I think that'll do them massively. Yeah. Because they're all friends. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter who plays for who. Yep. Who plays for Liverpool. That, like I say, no egos. So I'd imagine I wouldn't be surprised if we beat France.
But you just don't want them to win it.
Listen, I don't want them to win it. Simply, I've worked all over England. I've got a lot of good English friends and relatives. It's more to do with the punditry and the media. Mm-hmm. They won 6-2 against Iran, and all of a sudden you could just tell that there was, that's us. We're going to win the World Cup now.
Do you think that England can win the World Cup?
No.
What makes you say that?
I just think they're not good enough.
Is that more hope rather than expectation?
There's a little bit of hope there, but yeah, after watching Portugal and France, if they beat France, then I'll start to worry.
Okay, so you think that's the big one, and do you think France will win then at the weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. And what do you think the score will be in that one?
Well, it might be close, might be 2-1, 3-2. Should be a good game.
Yep, I hope
Can't see
it's
it
a good
being
game
a
anyway.
0-0 penalties game.
No, I can't either. Let's hope there's not many more boring games in this World Cup. Have you watched much of the World Cup then?
I would say I've probably watched 2/3, yeah. Not every game, but...
What have you thought of it in general then?
Yeah, the football, forget about Qatar, location, but the football's been not bad in the main, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's been some good games as well.
Yeah,
so, obviously, England aside, we've spoken about them. Who do you think will win the World Cup?
Yeah, I'm still going for France.
Going for France to defend their title?
Yeah.
Mbappe?
Like something, Mbappe.
Yep, okay.
If he's fit.
And do you think any of the current Scotland squad would get into the England squad? Or maybe starting 11 as well?
Don't care.
No?
No,
Robbo maybe? I think Robbo could maybe get in at left back.
No, I don't care. I only think about Scotland. I don't care much about England.
Well, let's hope that Scotland get to the next World Cup anyway. I really
Sam,
appreciate your
pleasure.
time. I do enjoy filming these videos where I ask fans about different topics when I just like come out and walk around the street and try and find people, but it is usually on like a Wednesday morning or afternoon, a little bit like it is today. It's early afternoon right now, and as you can see, not too many people around here. But while there's not many people around here, I might as well just promote my other ones that I've done about sort of these kind of topics before, where I asked rival fans questions. I've never done an international one like this, but with the World Cup it felt kind of topical, I suppose, to ask Scotland fans about England. England are doing really well, so yeah, interesting to hear their thoughts. But I've done it with Celtic and Rangers, as a lot of you from Glasgow will know. I've done it with Liverpool and Everton, Man U, Man City, and I think Arsenal and Spurs as well. So if you'd like to see me do it with any other clubs or any other topics like this, then do drop it in the comment section below. But do go and check out them other ones as well. Got some really interesting answers from some really interesting people.
Ely.
Dominic. Neil.
Right, great to chat to you all. How have you enjoyed the World Cup? Have you watched much of it?
Some of it.
Have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, what we can.
Some of the games have been okay. And do you think that England can win the World Cup?
They can. I hope they don't.
You're hoping that they don't, but you think they could?
I think they could.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. And do you think they could beat France at the weekend?
No chance.
No chance. You don't reckon Mbappe is going to be too strong?
Yeah, France
Is
won
he
last
not
time.
injured?
Oh, there's rumours that he's injured,
Rumour.
but I don't know if that's just to throw England off the scent a little bit. I'm not too sure.
I think they could.
Maybe it looks like you're hoping for that anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think that would you take any of the England players for the Scotland squad currently?
As in.
If you could just switch their nationality overnight, which ones would you take?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably. There's good. Yeah, Foden is good, but I don't like him.
Foden, yeah, you take Foden. Be a creative player in your midfield, I'm sure. And do you think any of the Scotland players, on the flip side, would get in the England squad?
Maybe Robertson and Tierney.
Robertson and Tierney, yeah, I think so. Over Luke Shaw at left back.
Yeah.
And who are you putting your money on? If I gave you a tenner right now to win the World Cup, who are you saying?
Morocco.
Morocco, I love that. Yeah, they were amazing the other night. Yeah. Yourselves? Brazil and
France.
He's going for France, so they're guaranteed to beat England then. So I've had a bit of an ingenious idea. I'm going to a game tonight in Scotland, so instead of traipsing around Hampden for even longer, trying to chat to people, I'm just going to ask people at the game. So I'm going to ask the same questions to Scottish football fans at Auchinleck Talbot. It couldn't get more rowdy and more Scottish than that. So same questions, different area, different people, same video. Do remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new though. Right boys, do you think that England can win the World Cup?
Maybe.
Maybe, you reckon? What do you think?
Depends. I think Brazil's winning it. To be
You
honest
think
with
Brazil will win it? Who do you think are going to win the World Cup?
France.
If you could take one player from England for the Scotland team, who would it be? If you could change their nationality overnight.
Don't know.
Name?
Name?
None of them. You wouldn't take it. Harry Kane? You wouldn't take Harry Kane up front? Rather have Lyndon
Birmingham.
Dykes?
No, Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Aye.
Bellingham you take. Fair play.
Aye.
That's a good answer. And which of the Scotland players do you think would get in England's team?
Gilmore.
Robertson.
Robertson. And who you said?
Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. And have you watched much of the World Cup and have you enjoyed it?
It's
Aye.
been alright.
Yeah? And hoping that Scotland will qualify for the next one, yeah?
Aye.
Tell me what you were just saying about England. Do you think they'll win the World Cup?
I'd rather no answer that.
You support?
Everybody that England's playing against.
Okay, nice. And if you could take an England player for Scotland, if you'd even want to, who would you take?
They're a question. You could pick quite a few, couldn't you? Definitely no Harry Maguire anyway. You can keep him if you like.
Yeah, you'd rather have John Suter at the back than Harry Maguire.
Go with Grealish. He wins
Grealish,
a lot.
okay,
He wins a lot of free kicks. Good diver. You know what I mean?
And on the flip side then, which Scottish players do you think would get an England team?
John McGinn. I've got to say John McGinn.
John McGinn,
I think
yeah.
he's the first one that comes to mind, right?
Robbo maybe?
Who?
Robbo? Andy Robertson left back?
Nah, I don't know.
Possibly, maybe in the squad.
John McGinn
for
Let's
sure.
Stick with John McGinn.
Have you watched much of the World Cup?
No, a great deal, a wee bit.
You're more into your non-league
I
juniors?
stick to my non-league guy.
Nice, I like to hear it. And who do you think will win the World Cup then?
I think I'll go with France. I've got to go with France.
You only say
ain't I?
France, they're playing England.
I've got to go with France.
Thank you so much for watching this video. It's always really, really interesting, isn't it, to hear people's answers in these types of videos, whether they be the club ones or an international one like this. I was at Auchinleck Talbot last night, got there, and the game was called off. As you would have seen from some of the interviews and some of the clips that I'm overlaying on screen right now, the conditions were absolutely terrible. Loads of games called off last night, sadly. But yeah, hopefully back on the road again within the next couple of days to do another matchday vlog. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said earlier, please do remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you aren't already. If you are Scottish, if you are English, what did you think of the answers to some of these questions? And do drop your answers for them same questions in the comment section below. Who would you take for Scotland from the England squad? Who do you think from the Scotland squad would get in the England squad? And do you think England can ultimately go on to win the World Cup in Qatar? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.